Hello, 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 and welcome to today's live trading London to New York crossover with the Harmonic Scanner. I hope that you are all doing well. Please remember to stay safe and stay indoors at home if you can. We're under strict lockdown here in France, and in the UK it's slowly ramping up. So I know it's difficult for everyone, but the NHS workers are doing their very best to keep you safe and themselves safe so that they can do that. We all think we're independent, but we're very interdependent as social people. So welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're on the 7-day free trial group, then you've got this week to have a look through the units. I'll just go down to our units here. Now in this group, please watch Paul's introduction video. We've spent many years putting all the information together. I think that we have the trading absolutely phenomenally well organized now, and from here go into the units and you will see, work your way through the units, basic stuff you need to know, how to place a trade, the compounding spreadsheet, very, very powerful, the Forex strategy we teach, the live trading schedule, and then how to join IM Mastery Academy. Once you've joined, then you will come into our Ninja Forex Traders group. Now we have over 1,000 members. We have a big sister team as well. And as I say, this has been 3 or 4 years in the making, extremely well organized. So again, we have the watch list from the live trading and from John Doherty's signals. So please take a look at that. And then here you'll see the live traders coming up, David at 8 UK, then Paul, there's John talking about Oren Wright, how do I find him? Expert trader, one of the top educators. And then some more information, and I can't see, that was Les, he does a Sunday night session, very good psychological call, start to the week, and then come into the units section and take a look here, the essentials. This is you as a member, our live trading schedule, compounding spreadsheet, the done for you trades, so trade ideas there, the Ninjacator, which we use for the Be Your Own Bank, 2 main strategies that we have, Be Your Own Bank and the 25 to Life, and the Harmonic Scanner alerts. I use the Harmonic Scanner, we'll come on to that in a minute. The Exit Manager is extremely useful. You can only put it on your MT4, it doesn't work on C Trader, so you will need to either have a gateway if you're using a Mac, gateway to be able to interface with MT4, or to buy a cheap refurbished PC. You get that for about £180 from eBay, and just use that for your trading. So the Exit Manager will take you out of a trade at 50 or 75% of your profits, put a trailing stop on, and then you've got a risk-free trade. So if you're at work, this is highly powerful. You may not be at work, but you may be busy with children or working from home, doing other online work to supplement your income at this time. So the Exit Manager keeps your trades safe. And we have something there called the Profit Manager, which I think is the new one, where it will, using the Ninjacator, where Kevin Orm, ask Kevin Orm, message him, he's the creator of that software. So the second phase of this, I had a demo of it the other day, is where, say you have the 50 moving average, 50 MA, or the 62 EMA, exponential moving average, which I use. If the green and the red has switched, then if price has still stayed under or above the line, Profit Manager will keep you in the trade. So again, a refinement on the Exit Manager, and a really great piece of kit. I think that's what that is. And then how to download and install. The Banker's Strategy, Trade House, howtotrade.com, I think is their website. Very powerful, so we know what the bankers do about hiding and manipulating news around the red flag news. And one strategy that we look at. It's a little bit more advanced, but if you look over the week of trading, we have something called Monday's candles. Now, if you're in the Asian session, then if it doesn't move more than 20 pips, you can draw a little rectangle to have a look at that. Then you look at the Monday's close candle, and then wherever the Tuesday candle opens on the high or the low, tells you the high or the low for the week. A little bit more advanced, but it's very good to see the pattern of a trade over the week, and it fits in very complementary with a BRM bank strategy, and some of the longer term trades. If you're too busy to look at trades or do market execution, you can do pending orders. Here's C Trader, the alternative to MT4. As I say, you won't be able to use Exit Manager. That only works on MT4. But the advantage of C Trader is it's a web-based application, and it runs off mobile, tablet, or PC. And it's on the web, so you don't need a VPS, virtual private server, either. So that's the advantage of C Trader, and it has some very good functionality. So that's us. Now, once you're as a member, you then have, and this is, if we have got to stay at home, then this is an excellent time to be getting started, because you will come into the academy. This was all revamped earlier this year. This is im.center. It's just logged me out. And we always recommend to new people that you start with the academy and go to Forex Academy, learn Forex trading in English, and you want the 100 series. Now, in here are the basics. You only need to go through them once, and you can rate them, and then there's some little tests, very short tests at the end, just giving you the fundamentals in terms of what is Forex, what's traded, the market, who are the participants. A little, sometimes I get asked, what do I do with things on TradingView? Here are the basics, and also there's a large help center in tradingview.com. You can get a free account, and you can go through tradingview.com help center, help you look up the screen and the background, how to get the settings right, how to put indicators on, how to use the left-hand menu, and how to create a watch list, when to trade Forex, buy versus sell. I remember in the early days, I had to literally put an up arrow and a down arrow on a sticky post-it on the screen, and I couldn't quite remember trend lines and above and below, and that kind of good thing. What is a pip, lot sizes, pending orders? So I do recommend you go through the whole of the FRX. Stop loss, learn how to use it, how to protect your trade. Stop loss is not just to stop you losing any more than the amount of money you're willing to risk on the trade. It's also there as what I call your profit regulator, which is why I bang on about 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio, or whatever risk to reward. I mean, for example, there's no point in having a 50 pip stop loss if you're only going really for 5 pips. It depends on your strategy, because of some of the strategies we use, you can get into trades with very little drawdown. Some of them a little bit more advanced, like the banker's strategy. And then series 200, 300, and 400, you've got specifics in here. So I treat them as a library. So if you're saying to yourself, I don't know what support and resistance is, you will find something in here, and you can dip into that and say, oh, I'll just watch. They're only little videos. They're not hour-long things. You can learn more about it. What is Fibonacci? So come to series 200, 300, 400. In the 400 series, very technical. What is market geometry? What's an Elliott wave? Sometimes you'll hear us talking about that, the 88.6, 61.8. These are the reversal points on the Elliott wave. So you can come in here and look at IM's definitive little video on that. So very powerful. And then here are the strategies. We're going to go in now to, this is free. Here are your products. Some of them are add-ons. We use Vibrata a lot for Be Your Own Bank and for 25 to Life, because that gives us, sorry, for Be Your Own Bank, it gives us trade call outs every day, trade ideas. The Harmonics is free as part of your package. This is what I use. We're going to go to the Harmonics now to see what we've got in the way of setups. I use the 1 hourly, and if I show you my trade sheet. Bear with me a moment, just mute someone out. This is my entries and exits checklist. So I use trend lines called pitchforks, which have Fibonacci built in them. So I must have I do this on every trade I take, whether it's a buy or a sell, the week commencing. Have I got a pitchfork touch? And then for an entry, 2 of any of these other confirmations. So whatever strategy you're using, BYOB, we have a checklist, 25 to life, we have a checklist. You must use your checklist and stick to the rules. So that's the checklist for me with the harmonic scanner and using pitchforks. And risk to reward ratio, what's my trade goal? For me, it's 20 pips. My daily goal is 25 pips. And then my result, win, stop, profit, which means to virtually break even. Managed to move the stop loss just down into the green, and the trade's reversed on me, but I haven't lost any money. Stop loss, did it hit stop loss? And then I can work out the percentage compound growth. So I aim for 9% a week, 33 a month, 100 a quarter, 400% a year. So I just plod along and I stick to this, and that's that. So you will have a checklist for the strategy you're using. Now on the brokers here, down this right hand side, you'll see a number of brokers. Whichever broker you personally are using to take your trades and connect to your trading platform, MT4 or C Trader, you can use any of these. It doesn't matter. They're all, excuse me, within a pip or two. They're all very similar, and they're calling out these patterns, this harmonic pattern, which plots reversal points in the market. So highly proven, 89% accurate. Traders Way is the main feed. And here you can see the latest trades. They kind of disappear off the end. So after a while, I can see that D point's just moving on this one. Euro JPY, that's an M15 shark. Sharks bite because they have 2 entry points. So we're always wary of sharks. But I don't know why an M15 shark is coming up on the H1 that I've highlighted. So that is a bit strange. There it is on the M15. Oh, maybe I didn't click on it again. Try again, if that refreshes it. So that's a bit peculiar. So do always make sure that things line up. And also you want to be on your local time zone. If you're plotting these, look down right, down to the bottom right, if you're plotting these on your trading view. So let's go over to Forex Factory. Now I know that I saw someone in our Ninja Trade Hub, which you're in if you're a member here. Earlier on, someone put we all chat in here. It might be quite a bit of a way up. There's Paul's training session here. News was called out, which I did look at. So it's always very helpful when you remember we all learn together, trade together, win together. So someone very kindly posted this at 9:45 EST, Eastern Standard Time. So that's just after coming on to my session, come on after the opening of the stock market, and by that they mean the New York session. So I thought, oh, that's really great, because that has not necessarily come up on forexfactory.com. We always come here first. And this is the session. You can see we're just opening into New York, half an hour in. So here we are on Monday. Federal announcement at 1 p.m. my time. This is Paris time, so that'll be noon. And then, as I say, that's been followed up by that announcement here. So I'm a bit wary of USD, American dollar at the moment. I don't know whether this will impact, but it's always good to be alert to these things. So that's it on Forex Factory. Then you'll have your myfxbook.com, which enables you to put in lot sizes and calculate your risk to reward ratio. And you don't want to be risking more than 3%. So make sure I write out at the beginning of the week. I just do them once a week, and then I've got them ready. I don't have to hold myself up on getting in a trade. I put down what my lot size is for the trade I'm getting into, because they do vary. It's only Euro USD. It's the back end of the pair that dictates the lot size, and it's only Euro USD that is 1-to-1. Others, like when you're exchanging money on holiday, you'll get fewer Australian dollars to your I'll get fewer euros. I'll only get a euro's only worth 80p. It's not worth a pound. It's not equal to the GBP. So I can't use the same lot size across everything. It needs to be adjusted. And that little tool there, myfxbook.com, does that for you. So back to the harmonic scanner. And let's see what we've got. So if we do 25 to life today, we need 2 candles to the left or the right to see what to see if we've got a trade. Here's one here that's gone on a bit. I think I was drawing that with someone over the weekend. And then the further down the list you go, the older the scans, so they will have worked their way through quite a lot. I don't use M15 time frame so much. The simple reason being they tend to be smaller scans. So what you do is you take your, I'm on the M15 now, take your measuring tool, that little ruler off the left-hand side, and draw it from C up to D. And now you'll see it comes up there on the right, 1464. But actually that final digit is what you call a pipette. It's to the right of the decimal point. So always knock that final digit off, and that's 146 pips. So I take scans of a minimum of 80 pips. So this one is good for us to draw, or to put the 25 to life on. So we can do that. I prefer to see it on the hourly, but I can't see it coming up. Can't see this one coming up on the hourly. Is that the same one? No. Usually you will see them. That's a nice pattern, isn't it? So it came down, then it's retested the D point, come down almost to TP1 again, take profit 1, and retested again. So it's hitting our points again. I'm not sure we're going to have a lot on here. So let's, which one should we take? I think we'll take, I'll just check 1 or 2 of the others. Let's have a look at, see what the others are the same. JFX. These are old ones. Let's look at FX choice. Great British Pound, New Zealand dollar, CAD JPY, Euro. So I think I'm going to come back to Traders Way M15 Euro JPY. But the problem with this is we usually wait until it's hit, well, it has hit entry 2 or take profit 1, because it's a shark, and sharks can redraw on that D point. I don't really like the look of that one. Just find one that we think is going to do us some good. That's H4, longer term than I usually take. GBP ORD. This is this big gap, if you're wondering what that is. It's the close on the Friday and the open on the Sunday. And that's often why we don't hold trades over the weekend. Nothing much on there. Hugo's Way. So again, you can check all of these. I mean, it doesn't, you're just looking for where we've got, if we're going to do 25 to life, we want to really take them off the D point. So it doesn't look like there's an awful lot. So I'm going to go back to M15 Traders Way. So we could draw this one on the basis that you'll set a sell limit. And if it, let me find it on my, close down some of these. Let me go on to my trading view again. And let's see what Euro. This Euro JPY, of course, is a hot pair in London. It will make its moves in London mostly in normal times. So let's have a look at it on here. This is Trading View when you set it up. And you can get a free version, which will give you 3 indicators. If you do get the free version, then I suggest you put on your BYOB, which is down here, stochastic, and 2 others. You want to put on your, let me just show you, your Ninjacator. Apply to Kevin Orm for that, and he'll unlock it for you on TradingView. Ninja High Kanashi Flip on SAR Bollinger, and that's all done for you. So it tells you if I click that on, I need to change the candles, and it's in the lower window. I haven't got it on my main window. Green for buy and red for sell. Fabulous piece of kit, absolutely fabulous. And then the SAR flip, these little orange dots tell you when to buy or sell. So if I am using that, I'll pull it up to my main window, but it's sitting down there because I've got on some other indicators on here. So let me take off. You just hide these. And where's the other one? That one. Let me hide those, then we're not looking at stuff we don't need to be looking at. Now, you don't need to draw this on, but I do because I keep the scans, and you can see all these lines behind have come off old scans. So if I highlight this one for you, for example, the most recent scan will always be the most valid one that you should follow. So it came out of this scan and it's now coming back into it. So if I haven't got Vibrata, or I haven't got any new scans, I can go back to trading off my old pitchforks. So I'll just show you where this scan came from. If you draw them accurately, then they are valid forever. So this scan was from, let's find the green one. Way back. Oh, it was the second pitchfork, which is a bit more advanced, where you're using X to A and then the best touch. So you see how it's respected it to the pip, it's wicked through there. What you look for is to make sure it's still there. It's got some perfect touches there. So that's telling me, and there, and there, and there. So it's telling me it's still a valid scan. And that was from a D point of back in February. So that's how powerful these are if you draw them on accurately. So I'll just hide that so we can see if we can put on a 25 to live trade. You need to make sure you've got, so we're on M15, it's Euro JPY, and please feel free to ask questions if you want. Absolutely fine. Euro JPY 15 minute. My time zone is UTC +1 down here bottom right. If you're in the UK, you'll be UTC +1. Now, as I say, you don't need to follow this particular strategy. I'm just doing it because I keep them, as you've seen. It means I can always take multiple trades across a period of time, and that gives me precise entries. And I use pitchforks, which I'll show you how to draw one. And really, that's just support and resistance, but very accurate. But you can just use your normal support and resistance on BYOB. We're all using slightly different indicators. So that's 20th of the 3rd at 1600. Go to your A point, and I always write them down. 23rd of the 3rd, 0200. This might seem, I remember when I first looked at this, someone showed me how to do it. I thought, oh my goodness, I'll never be able to do this. But after you've done a few, it's a bit like driving. It just becomes automatic and you don't even think about it. And the reason is you just follow the same rules, the same time. So it becomes a process, a bit like when I'm making a cake. I know, you know, I can chuck in 4 of flour, 4 of sugar, 2 eggs, 4 of butter, chuck it in the pan mixer, And I know I've got a basic recipe. It's exactly the same thing over and over. But when I taught my daughter at 14:30 to first make a cake, it seemed complicated, doesn't it? Back to trading view. On the 15-minute, I'm on the hourly. There's the 15-minute. And make sure it's on the same time zone down here. And then look over here, this little 5-point star shape is the scanner, and that's the points there. So when you click it, click once with the left of your mouse, and I've now got 5 points on my mouse. You can do this 2 ways. You can use the brush to find the high or the low and mark it up first, or you can look visually and do it that way. Neither is right or wrong, it's just personal preference, how you like to work. So I'm looking for the 20th of March at 1600, but because of time change, hang on a minute, I'm going to have to just double check the scanner. Just nip back here. There, I'm looking for this one up here because we want high to low, or sometimes it's just where the scanner says it is, but generally it's high to low, to high, to the next low, to the next high, and this is what you call a sell scan. The D point is coming down here. Now you can just take the scanner suggestions and follow those. I like to adjust the stop loss because of the risk to reward ratio. So you need to think about the time frame in which you're taking a trade, because the longer the time frame, you'll be what's called swing trading. So it'll be a bigger stop loss. You will be in a trade for longer. So just need to have a look at that, but we'll have a look at putting on what we call a short position on the left, which will give you your ratio. I'll show you how to do that. So we're looking for the 20th of March at 1600. Which is going to be here. So I'm going to put it up there. And just click once, because I've got 5 points on the mouse. So don't keep clicking. One click. I know it says A, but the X is sitting behind it. So I've just clicked it once. Then I'm going to come down to the A at the 23rd of 3rd at 0200, which is going to be round about there. I'll have to adjust this in a minute. I should have zoomed it out further. 23rd of the 3rd at 7. And I know it says 8 o'clock, but that's because America has put forward the clocks for spring and we haven't done that yet here. So it's going to be out slightly, 1 hour. C, 10 o'clock. So it's going to be there. And D is that high point there. And what I need to do, because I couldn't quite, I should have zoomed it out further. So just adjust that back up there. The C point, that says 9:15, 8:45, that's the 9 o'clock. There's the B at 07, so we want it at 8 because of the time zone difference. The A point at 02. I'll put it there, I think. And then go back and have a look, see if it looks similar. That's 02. I'm going to put it on that lowest one there. And I'll show you why, because we're going to go down to the 1 minute and get it on accurate. It's a bit, sometimes they're a bit easier to do than others. But just check back, make sure it looks similar. Does that look similar? Yes, it does. And then what we're going to do, go down to the 1 minute, because on the 60-minute on the 15-minute, we've got 4 15-minute candles in the hourly, and on the 1 minute there are 60 candles that make up one candle in an hourly time frame, and you want it to be precise. This is how I get precise entries using a small stop loss. So I'm down at the 1 minute, and what we're going to do is make sure we've got it on exactly. Okay, now if you just bear with me, because some of you won't use pitchforks, we're going to do 25 to life, but I just want to, while I'm here, draw on my own trend lines, which is this pitchfork here, top one, pitchfork, and you're just going to go X to C, make sure you've got your magnet on, to D, and that's your pitchfork, which is a trend line with Fibonacci built in, so it saves you having to draw horizontal lines across all these lines of support and resistance. So in the past I would have had to have done this. There's a line of support and resistance. Oh, where's another one? Oh, there's another line of support and resistance. Oh, where's another one? What am I looking for where price is going to reverse? Oh, there's another one there. And you end up with so many lines for your support and resistance, you know, you just don't know which one to look at. There's another one here, there, a line of support and resistance, floors and ceilings, where price may reject or it may break through. So you end up with so many. So instead, if you put the pitchfork on, that is giving you your lines of support and resistance, but with Fibonacci built in. So very, very powerful. I'll just get rid of those. There. So now I've got the pitchfork on. This is the only fiddly bit, but as you've seen from looking at that old scan from February, once they're on, they remain accurate for a long period of time, forever. And you can take a trade even if Vibrata isn't working, because they do disappear off the scanner. So you just want to see that it's on the most accurate point on the 1 minute. So we want 1430. So I'm going to take it across to that high point there, which is the nearest, and there, and then come down and then lock it on when we've finished. So you can see, even though it looked accurate what we were doing, it's not. It needs to be on the end of the wick, because if it's off 1 pip, if it's off 1 pip here, then it will be off 50 or 60 pips over a period of time, and that renders it totally invalid, and you will be taking a highly inaccurate trade and not be very happy at all with the results. There it is on the A point. And also with the scanner, with TradingView, sorry, it will only let you go back 2 weeks, so you won't be able to go back and adjust things later. So I lock them on. Let me just check the B point. Then they can't move. I'll show you that. I'll just double check the B point. So here is the padlock. I go down to the objects box. Now I know that it's accurate. I lock it on, and then I can't. I've done that in the past, accidentally moved things. So now we have it drawn and you're good to go. So what we're going to do now, we've got 2 candles. We're going to draw on our 25 to life, which is on the Fibonacci here, Fib retracement. I can't remember what settings I've got. Let me just, there we are. So I probably need to, let me come out of this a minute while I zoom in for you. Let me just delete that, start again, sorry. Remove the wrong one. Just use this back arrow if you remove the wrong thing. I can't quite see it down the bottom, that's it. Right, so use the same time frame that the scan was drawn on when you're going to do your 25 to life, And I'll take the pitchfork, I'll hide it because we don't need to be looking at that for the purposes of this. Let's keep it clean. So now you've got your scan on here. You don't have to put it on here. You can draw it on here, but it will only remain on whilst you are logged in. It all disappears, so you can't save your things on the Harmonic Scanner, which is why I like to do everything on TradingView. So off the D point, and I've got a black screen in the background because normally we'll put the 0 line in black on our Fibonacci, but I've got mine in white. So up here is your fib retracement onto the D point, and then we're looking for the second candle to the left of the D point or the right. And you can see it's just forming, so things may change because a candle will print in the last minute or so of its formation. So we're a little bit early on this one, but you can adjust it. So at the moment, the second candle to the left is down there. And actually, I'm going to take this off again because I'll show you what else I do. Let me remove that. Go up here and get top left where it says trend line. Come down to horizontal ray. Just gives you a half line. So second candle to the left of the D point is this one. You're looking for 50% of the candle, and there it is there. So mark that so you can see visually what you're aiming for. Okay, then go to your Fibonacci here, the one where you've got all these lines, and it's just this one fib retracement. Ignore everything else. I've got it marked as a favorite with the yellow star on indicators. Take your fib retracement from the D point, which will become your stop loss, down to that half of the candle as the 0 there. So I've pulled it, I can see it's over the horizontal ray, so that's, you know, pretty good. Your minus 75 in green, and if you want to look at the settings on the fibs, they're here. I'll give you a screen grab here. Sorry, wrong. Just get rid of that. I want to show you the settings. Settings. Here's what you need. As I say, I've got a black background. If you're on the Harmonic Scanner, change that to. You can change the color. You can change it to black, but obviously I'm on a black background, so that wouldn't show up for me. So you want to extend the lines, and you want just 0. Tick a box, type in 0.25. Tick a box, type in 1. So your 0.25 will be in blue, your 1 in red. I don't like red, so I use pink. And then your profit line on a sell scan, tick the box, take a screen grab of this. You just want minus, so use the dash symbol to create your minus, 0.75, and got that in green for profit. Okay, so just take a screen grab, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And here it is marked up on here. Now, as I say, the second candle, where are we on time? Now that has printed, so I think we are fine. There's your 0. So what you're looking for is for it to break out of the blue. The 0.25 is the entry line. The 0 is your stop loss, and we'll mark up the scanner. And the 0.75, and it opposite works in the opposite way if we were on a buy scan, is your take entry. And the breakout line is this white line. So what you're looking for it to do is it's going to, you want a candle to close, not just the wick, the body of the candle to close below the white, in this case could be black in yours, breakout line of 0%. And then when it comes up, you're going to set a pending order, in this case called a sell limit, and then it will activate, and then it will come down, and that's what you're looking for it to do. Okay, so if we go back to the Harmonic Scanner, and if it doesn't come back up and retest that 25.25 line, then no money is placed. no trade is placed, nothing is lost. But if it does act, you can set an alert, and if it does activate, then it will run down. Usually with the scans, they run down to take profit 1 or 2. So let's go back to the scanner and see how this matches up. Now you see that D point's moving. So you may find you've got to keep an eye on this because it seems to have come off 3 o'clock, 23rd. Yes, it's definitely moving. So that's why we are wary of sharks, because this D point can move, and you could find it ends up here. So sharks we are wary of. But we'll draw it on as we've got this far, but please keep an eye on the D point and move your Fibonacci, move your 0 on here, move this point accordingly. Oh, got the brush on. We just take that off. If you find, in fact, I've got it locked on. No, I haven't got the Fibonacci locked on, but I have got the D point locked on. Yeah. Just unlock it. So your D point still locked on. Come down here. It's not saying it's locked on down there. It's not the pitchfork. Try one. For some reason I can't unlock it. Obviously not looking in the right place. I just wanted to show you that the D point moves. Maybe it was hidden by the pitchfork. Let's unlock all that. That should do it. Oh, there's the padlock. Right, because your D point looks like to me it's going to move up here. So do not take this trade until, and I don't understand why I can't unlock it. My bad, I'm sure, but I can't see what I'm doing wrong at the moment. I'm just aware of time. Anyway, the D point, as you can see, is moving upwards. This is a shark, so do not take this trade. It wouldn't have activated anywhere at the moment because we're looking for what happens at 2 points on that candle. This could be the result of whatever that political news was that was about an hour and a quarter ago. But this is exactly why we're wary of sharks. So it's a very good lesson. I just hide and on the 1 minute, you can see how it's moving way up above the D point now. And also you will find that you get fake outs at the end of the hour. So you can see here, if you come onto the chart and you see it says shark, and you can see the D point, there you are. Did you see it literally move as we came on? Literally moved its point. So it's now stood at 3 o'clock. We're just coming up to Sharon's session, end of time. Oh, look at that. And it's gone completely glitchy on us anyway. It's gone down to there. So maybe that's not such a good one at the moment. Don't take that at the moment. I don't know why it's done that. So we'll keep an eye on that one. So not a lot of 25 to life at the moment. I hope that's been helpful. I'm going to stop sharing. Sorry we couldn't get any further with that one. but a powerful lesson in making sure you check everything, because that has literally just moved. That's on the 15-minute, nearly 50 pips. If I put the quarter theory on, 50 pips just while we've been on. So, and you could not have predicted that. And now the D point there, D point's moving now. The D point needs to be withdrawn now, redrawn. Now it could well choose quarter theory. Price will move between levels at 119.500 as its default position to reject and then come back down. So that might be the final redrawing. So keep an eye on that. It's just wicked up there, so it does look like we could take the trade, move your 0 point up there, and you will still have the same, but just move everything up. So 50% of that, which is quite nice because that is on quarter theory as well. There's 50% of that candle, D point, but you still need to have 2 candles to the right before you can draw this on the 15-minute. So wait for it to come down, readjust, put your 100% on the new D point, take your horizontal ray to the 50% of the whichever is the longest candle, 2 candles to the left or right of that D point candle, and then you can do this same pattern, the same process over where you're looking for a breakout of that 0 line and close a candle, not just a wick, not just this little thin wick, and then a retest of the 25 and set your sell limit there. Okay, so that's all for now. I hope that was helpful today. Thanks very much for joining me, and we'll hop off now so we can go to Sharon's session. So stay well, stay safe, stay indoors, help the NHS workers where you can. I know it's difficult for us. We're all independent people, but we're all interdependent as well. Bye for now.